copyright us, bitch! I actually get copyrighted. Fuck. No, for real, I'm about to put that shit on when I go in the car. Great song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the oil. The
MTC.
Yeah. I thought that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Wait, it actually might be from the pump. Fuck it. Oh, wow, I really like that. Well, I'm excited to meet this guy. Hey, welcome back to Spotlight, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your family and friends. 2, yo, I like my rap at the end of our outro. That shit's lit. I'm here with love today. I'm your boy D-Had. Everybody says I act like hood and shit. Fuck them. Fuck them. I love you, Kaylee, so much. You're the love of my life. I love you, Kaylee. Fuck you, yo. What's up? What's up? I'm the coolest motherfucker around town, man. I love that. Like, I love free acting. I guess improvising. I love improv.
Yeah.
But like,
we've talked about doing an improv class together.
Yeah.
And I was actually talking with my friend Angela the other day about
Wait, you got friends? How much you paying them? Damn. Yo, Sydney, what's up? Let me get some money.
No. They
Just kidding. I'm going to talk about myself.
I pay them an occasional emotional support.
That's actually like legit. Pay up.
And they do the same for me. So.
Yeah. But that's what friends are for.
Yeah.
But no, really, like how much you paying them? I'm just kidding.
One day I'd like to be able to pay them a lot.
Right, in a sense of like, you work for me, we build a business, boom!
Mm-hmm.
I just woke your dad up. Jimmy J upstairs above us right now, he just got his leg done.
We were talking about accents and how I used to play in accents when I was really young. And
you had a very squeaky voice. We have videos.
Did.
Do you want to see those videos, by the way?
I mean, kind of.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's hours. Yo, your dad, the video, he loved it. This is where him and I understand each other when it comes to like the improv, the acting. Like him with the video camera. There's this one little clip of him. He goes, he just goes away. Like, it's the best ever, dude.
Is that the one where he's walking across the camera?
Well, there's one where he puts you down on a thing and he just sits there with you in his arms and he's just sitting there. But it's on for 2 hours.
What?
Maybe not 2 hours, but it's on for a long time. I'm telling you, some of the video going back was very nostalgic. I think you would enjoy it. Yeah, I'm in there. What's up? Yo, we gotta put a picture of us. That could be our fucking YouTube cover.
Yes.
We can add it in there. We have to Photoshop it, and I got an idea. But do I pursue it? Probably not. But maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I'm supposed to work on some music today after this, but those guys, communication with them isn't right. But as a producer, I gotta roll with the punches here, you know. Anyways.
Well, if you're not rushing over there,
no, we're gonna.
If you want to show me some of your lyrics.
Oh, yo, I got songs I can show you.
Yeah. I
can show the internet, but if I post it on the internet, I want it to sound right. When it comes to the mix, the sound of the music, the timbre of the music. That's the only way I'll release it to the public. But I've been slowly working on that. I can show you. Maybe I could put a little clip out if people want to hear it. But you got to comment, share, and so I don't know what to tell you. So I feel like I've cut you off multiple times on this intro.
It's okay.
We were talking about Wasabi.
As I was saying.
So she was saying.
No, we didn't even get to that yet.
I know.
I was talking about accents.
Oh, right. My bad. See?
It's okay.
I'm fired, dude.
But I'm also getting better.
Myself.
I'm getting better at asserting myself through this, so it's good practice for me.
Fuck. That means I'm an idiot and I'm an asshole.
No.
No, I'm trying to make these jokes and they're not hitting and they're horrible.
That's because you're self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And not all self-deprecation is good self-deprecation.
I have to admit something that I just found out through listening to other podcasts. There's this thing where performers do is that they'll learn from their favorite performers, but they start acting like those favorite performers. And I think I've been picking up the persona of Chrissy Chaos, because I've been watching a lot of his content. And he actually, like, I'm with him now, and he just sold out a theater in New York, and, like, that's a really big deal. So that he's on the up and up right now. But his style of, like, just being a person and at his stand-up, like, is like you want to copy that type of thing. And I think I've been acting like that recently.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. Because we were talking about accents, I was kind of explaining to her, because occasionally she'll slip into like a British accent, like playful. I've noticed that people do this all the time. And I used to do it a lot when I was young, except it wasn't on purpose. I would be either talking to someone who had the accent and I would kind of graft it. And like when I spent the summer in Tennessee, I came back with a very thick Southern accent. Got made fun of for that.
That's a
sixth grade.
Shout out to the Bullies.
And
that's a good fucking band name, dude. The Bullies. Shout out to the Bullies.
And like when I watch television shows, particularly when they're in other places, and TikTok called me out on this earlier this week.
God, I love TikTok.
They're like, tell me you're a millennial that grew up in Canada. And I was like, why did young me think she was Canadian? Because I definitely had the Canadian accent for a good chunk of time through middle school, because I was watching Degrassi all the time, as well as this other show, Life with Derek.
Wait, so are you in love with Drake right now, still with his music?
Never was.
Damn. I mean, if this makes it to him,
okay.
If this content makes it to him, like, what's up? You want trying to work?
I enjoy his music. I do, for what it is. I think because I watched him grow up on that show as, Jimmy, like.
I don't know that, but.
It's
like Jimmy in the show. And everybody knows it was Drake.
But like, I don't know. It's different for me.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not just you like what you like.
Yeah, and I also don't tend to obsess over artists. Okay. I'm one of those people that it's actually hard for me to remember that a song, like who a song is by. I can't often remember the title. I can't often remember the artist. That's why I'm surprised I was able to call up Iration like that. But you play it, and I know every word.
That's your wabi-sabi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's the wabi-sabi, brah.
But I listen to so many different things. Yeah. I'm very, very eclectic.
I'm very excited that you're listening to this book, Wabi-sabi. I keep bringing it up just because I wanted to pick up where we left off of. But we'll get into that. This is what the part 2 of the last podcast was.
But I realized that I stopped playing in accents.
So?
Like, probably.
Let's hear a Russian accent.
Early 2000. It's funny, because that's the one that I always wished that I could, like, pick up.
All right, let's hear your Canadian accent, eh? All right? Well, we're going to get an accent out of you.
I'm not comfortable enough.
Let's hear your Whoopi Goldberg accent. You got the hair like her. What? I fucked up. Damn, fucked up. All right, cut. This is all getting cut. Cut.
No, you just almost had me like.
Is this a TikTok thing?
No.
I'm so lost.
That's okay. Everyone's gonna be lost because I'm not saying what I thought.
Were you thinking race? Were you thinking a race?
Oh no! I was about to call you something, and I was
do it. What were you gonna call me?
No.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yep.
Jim Carrey.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's doing the thing. The elliptic thing. What'd you call it? Elliptic? What was the last thing you said? Elliptic? You're elliptic? How do you say it?
Allistic?
Allistic?
No,
what did you say before? It sounds like I feel like I'm playing a game right now. Like I'm on a game show.
I don't remember what you're referring to.
You said you're very naleptic because you can listen to so many different things.
Eclectic.
That's hard for me. The and the
ooh, yeah.
And the oh no. Oh fuck.
But that brings me to aphasia that we were talking about earlier, where like brain damage, either from trauma or trauma, it causes issues with your ability to like pull forth certain types of communication. It can be language, it can be switching sounds, switching words that sound like other words. So, like house and horse. It can be switching words like dark and light. So, there's lots of different ways it can manifest. It can make it difficult to write. It can make it difficult to speak and speak
Dyslexia.
clearly. Yes.
I wish I can, like, I'm good at being a dyslexic because I'm dyslexic. But I wish I could be a dyslexic on point. Like, it's almost like that game where it's like you take away the front word or something. You take away the first letter of every word, and like that's how you speak Latin or something.
Oh,
Like
Pig Latin.
Pig Latin, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I remember learning that in middle school to talk to my friends.
Annual. I aim is annual. Whoa. I gotta figure something out there. So wait, I want to go back to the accent thing. I want to hear an accent that you know how to do.
I know.
Why?
When I'm comfortable to like give you an accent,
Okay.
I haven't even done this with my closest friends
For Here I am.
for
Let's go. We're going
decade.
On the internet. Put it up.
For a decade.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah.
No, I wish like I'm good. I wish I had that. I need to work on the skill of when I'm doing something. Like if somebody asks me like, "Oh, tell me a joke," or give me an accent. Like I want to be like able to do it on point.
I just want to be able to do it with other people because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's just silliness. And I'm like, I want to engage in that. And I'm like,
so here we go. Here's an idea. Idea time with Dan. Ring. We could do like here we go. I feel like we got to create something in the kid space. I'm good with kids. You're good with kids. You have patience with kids. I know how to be goofy and fun with kids. Like, what if we did like created a puppet show studio or a puppet show thing, and we could do voices, dude. There it is.
I have a puppet.
No way. Wait, was it the one that?
Shout out millennials who grew up in evangelical churches and did kids' church.
Wait, what's the? Where is it? Isn't it in that little pink book bag?
Yeah, it's in the Minnie Mouse.
You wanted to throw it out.
I did.
And I remember that moment. I'm standing in the back of the U-Haul.
She's getting a makeover.
Yo, like legit, I will buy a puppet to like we could totally create a fucking show, dude. Yo, that's big idea.
I'm super excited for this.
Low key, that is a brilliant idea.
I thought I would get back into puppeteering.
So you're interested in puppeteering?
100%. I used to do it all the time when I was young.
Wow.
We would teach kids' church with puppets.
Like you're like 6 years old teaching fucking 40-year-olds how to be a puppeteer. That's what I imagine. Okay. And the old people are like, oh my God, this is like low key amazing. I think this is a brilliant idea. This is what I love about our. I think I do that a lot where I reference the last podcast. On the last podcast,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's good because sometimes we bridge topics between episodes, and maybe someone will be curious about a concept and go check out another one.
Well, you know
that helps us.
I think, yeah. Give us the help, please. Share, comment.
We're just pandering shamelessly. I feel like it was so uncomfortable for me at first whenever you did that, and now I'm doing it.
It was cringe. It's cringy. It's cringy as fuck.
Yeah, but you have to be brave enough to be cringe.
And that's actually a really big point. That's actually a really good point. That's the title. Do I write it down? Probably not. I probably won't. I'll probably when I skim through this find the title.
Do you want me to write it down?
Yeah, you write it down maybe.
It's handy dandy notebook.
Yeah. Oh God. I love this. This is referencing back to the podcast before this. We talked about that, about how well, I did. I was very excited in the beginning of the podcast because I'm just excited to share this energy, to be creative. I'm kind of on the downslope, but like, I'm on just doing a cruise out soon of just, my energy levels are dipping.
Mm.
And like, this is what happens when you utilize that energy in a good way, in a creative manner. Something good can come out of it. Some good ideas. With music, I love it because there's a sense of instant gratification when you make a sound.
Mm.
You have a feeling and you never forget it. I have to really show you the music I have because I need feedback on it. And I need people who actually want to listen to it to give me feedback. If I send it to like Kaylee or like my mom or my sister, it's like,
they want to support you, but they're not
Oh, yeah,
really
it sounds good.
invested in the
Right.
craft.
right. That's exactly it. And so, yeah. I could send it to you, but I could bring it the next time.
I prefer to vibe with someone.
Sure. You want it because you're good at explaining a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what that feeling is. And that's why I love this podcast, because I could be my crazy self and have fun and say weird things, but you're able to put it into a space where it makes sense to those who want to hear this for entertainment or for help.
I frame the value.
Yeah. You put a good foundation.
Whoa.
Frame the value. Write that down. That'd be good. Wait, I need a freaking... I need to use this razor. This mic...
I don't often talk about myself in that way
Yeah.
to other people.
Well, you see what can I get the spoon there?
You're rubbing off on me.
And I think that's good because it's going to create a character that you're exploring now, that I'm exploring my own character as we do this podcast.
Mm.
And so that's what's happening, is that, we're sharing each other's energy, and it's I know I learn a lot from you, and I feel like, that shows that you're kind of learning from me. And that's cool. So I don't know, it's just, I really love this puppet idea. Like, I love it.
Me too. All we need is some PVC pipe and another curtain right here. And boom, puppet stage.
Oh, right, we could just sit down and fucking...
Yeah.
Bro, this studio is going to be fucking versatile, baby! Yeah! Wow, this is cool. All right, so what if we were to brainstorm? Dude, that could be the name of this podcast, is like brainstorming. Let's end this. So we're coming up on... How much time are we at? We're at 20 minutes. We have 10 minutes. We're going to end it. But we're going to cross bridges again here to the last podcast to finish up about Wabi Sabi. If you guys didn't listen to that one, basically Wabi Sabi in my form is Wabi Sabi equals intuition. It's not learned. It's our human nature, essentially. It's our human nature within the world that we live in now, all technical and all that shit.
What I picked up from it is your natural state of being, completely in the moment, authentically, and in tune.
Where emotions may come and go, but you don't use that as a reaction. You're not reactive.
You allow yourself to feel them, and you ride them like the waves.
Well, there goes that topic on what Wabi Sabi is. We just fucking gave it to the people, dude. We gave you what Wabi Sabi is. And if once you figure that out, your life's complete. Freedom. I think that's real freedom.
We have all the answers.
You must listen to us. We know all the answers. German.
What the
That
fuck?
was my German one. I just found a new one.
Tone. He's tone deaf. No.
What is tone deaf? Like, yeah, I don't know what the fucking notes of the keys are. Tone deaf, I know that one.
Socially tone deaf.
I'm so tone deaf. Bucket? Well, you gotta tell me if I should be cutting this shit or not.
That's what I'm telling you right now.
But, alright, so let's talk about it. We can cut this part too. But how am I socially tone deaf? How do I fix it? How do I Pull it back a
Well,
bit.
because of the mannerisms and the intonation with which you used the accent is mimicking the social and distinctive body language behavior of specifically Nazi.
Well, that's the whole.
And it
That's the act.
misrepresents modern day actual Germans. And it's one of those topics where like, maybe it's too soon.
Okay, so
I don't know. But that's more of a personal thing because there's plenty of people who use dark humor to cope
I think
and
that's
to call things
one of
out.
my coping mechanisms.
But I don't know. It's just one of those things where like I prefer to acknowledge that not everyone might not feel good for everyone.
And this makes me think too. There's a lot of people in my life who have told me to act a certain way because that's not right. I'm thinking of like old friends specifically, where they would judge me and I would get judgment from them, and they're like, "Why do you
You're
do
just
that?"
trying to be silly.
Right. I'm just and my whole life is I know life is real and I know life is serious and you need to be serious about life. But in my eyes, everything is a fucking cartoon. Everything is simple.
Yeah.
Everything's a joke to me. And a lot of people when I say that take that very literally. It's not until I start speaking like this and be more articulate with my words
that
and
people
show you
realize that you understand the gravity.
Right.
You're just trying to lighten the load.
So I am smart in that sense. I put my silliness before that because it's and I think this is something I need to admit.
I think I would be okay with you keeping all of this. It's just I am going to have the instinct because
You come from a different crowd. Let's be real.
yes,
Like because
and I'm very
of
aware.
where you were the past. How long were you in Minnesota?
12 years.
That's fun. 12-year fucking dirt bike career up top. 12-year gang, baby! 12-year productions. That's what this fucking calls. So many ideas. Yeah.
But like I will call things out. I'm not judging you. I'm just because I'm aware that like there are other people that are going to be impacted by these conversations.
Yeah.
Like I want to take them into consideration also. So go ahead and joke. Just be prepared for me to call you out on it.
That's fine. And I think
no judgment, just honoring every group.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that and in order for me to become better at that, is I need to practice the craft more. You know what I'm saying? So like I think that's one of my mechanisms of coping is dark humor. And I didn't think I realized it until that just now. Until you called me out on it, if you want to call it that. I know that in my eyes, I look at, in my head, I hear, not my problem. Like, however you take it. But, like, you come from a different crowd. You live certain things. So you have sympathy in that area. And you know, would you rather watch a documentary or a sitcom? Me too, girl. I'm up top. Fucking A, dude. But like that's what I'm saying is that in sitcoms and comedy nowadays, that's where it all stems from is dark humor. So like
true.
Dark humor there's a very small niche of people, and like Your Mom's House podcast, they are like a raunchy, sexual, sometimes dark humor. Like they support the people who are fucked up, but like they give them people hope. They give them an audience. There's this, oh god, I gotta show you videos. They're fucked up videos, but it's like people with no teeth. Like there's like this fucking one guy who was turned into a transgender, and he's like old. He has like no teeth. He's very like weird and very kinky, but like they gave him this platform. And, like, everybody laughs at him, but that guy has already accepted that. And so, like, they've gave him this platform to just, like, it's just weird. So that's their podcast, and then there's it's just everything comedy. Everything comedy is dark humor. Essentially, that's where it all stems from. And so like, how do I navigate that in my life? You know,
Well, I think it's really a matter of like,
that's a question I'm asking myself too. Really,
what it is really understanding who is in front of you.
yeah,
And you know, it's one of those things where you recognize the first time that you trigger someone, acknowledge it, recognize it, because I know you see it on their faces. Like, don't
Yeah.
keep trailblazing forward.
That's why they called me the linebacker when I used to race, dude. I was called the linebacker. Guy gave everybody nicknames. Gave me the linebacker. I'm just there, dude. Fucking dog. Dog specifically.
But like, give them the space, because you can tell, like, whatever it did, like, they don't feel good in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's not funny to them. And that's not your fault. It's not your responsibility. But because you're on this journey of awareness, you can recognize it and hold space for them to feel that.
And to call this back, that is our wabi-sabi.
And, you know, recognize that that is probably not the best joke topic to be bringing up for that person.
Yeah.
It is about knowing your audience.
Yeah. But it's like, also, how do we know what our audience is? And we don't know that until we post these, essentially. Like, that's what we're creating. So that's, all right, this is
But I
making
think
sense
what's
to
kind
me.
of cool is, like,
Know your audience.
you're,
That's-
you
I've
know,
heard that.
you're very humorous and you like to make jokes. And I'm very sensitive.
And serious. Well, sensitive, I think, is a very, we got to change the word sensitive, because I'm sensitive too. I just think I show, like, in this type of environment, I show more of a, like, confident,
We'll put it
cocky
this
thing.
way. I have a lot of complex PTSD.
Sure.
And so my nervous system is not prepared to handle a lot of things. Admittedly, I'm getting a lot better at it. And it's
No,
not
you
that
are.
I
100%.
see the humor in dark humor. I do. But because of some of those dark humorous things, I have seen the side of it that is just pain.
Sure. Me too.
Like, it's hard for me to know what that pain feels like and think that it's funny.
Yeah.
And I understand that, like, for some people, that's how they deal with that pain. And they try to use that to lift themselves and use it to lift others. But some people are not ready to be lifted in that area. And if you can just hold space and have compassion for those people, they're going to get to a place where they can handle that humor.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that I used to not be able to laugh at because there was a time in my life where I laughed at way too much, while inside I was dying. And so I've gone from both extremes of the pendulum. And so I'm finally kind of coming back. And this is in my entire life, like the super highs, super lows, like super insensitive, super sensitive, like,
The ebb and flow of life, baby. The ebb and
yes.
flow
But
of life.
I'm getting much closer to having
Wabi-sabi.
a more balanced,
Yeah.
less extreme wave. And it means that I can laugh at things that I couldn't laugh at before, but actually genuinely laugh at them.
You've grown.
Mhm.
And I think that comes with every day, you know, your age to age.
And I think for people who engage in dark humor, and especially as they perform it, I think most comedians are very traumatized themselves, and that's why they can delve into this humor.
Well, you said it.
But a lot of people don't see that in them
Yeah.
because there's this very hard stage persona where, yes, you can see me as a flawed person, I'll admit that I'm flawed, but you're never going to get to me. There's this wall. And I think once comedians are able to really start touching the vulnerability side of it, that's when people who are being triggered can be like, oh, they're human. They've dealt with this kind of pain before. And oh, I see why they're laughing now. When you can show up as a full human, not just the stage human, it changes things.
And you start growing into that character. Like, well, you said it in the beginning of that was when they act it out. Like, that's the thing, is that's where the growth happens, is when they get to act that muscle, act that out. And in today's society, it's through standing up on the stage. You know, it's with anything, this podcast game that we're in now is like, we're stretching this out. We're seeing how far we can go. We're learning our boundaries together. Because, you know, like, there's a few times, even before this, where, you know, you've triggered some things, or you've made me feel uncomfortable about certain topics, or when you decide to call me out, I'm like, what? What's up? What's up? You know, but it's like,
it's a balance.
And it goes back to fucking wabi sabi, dude. I'm fucking legit about this. Wabi sabi is the way. Wabi sabi will not pay. Wabi sabi is the way. Wabi sabi we will never pay. So that is my process on how I make a song at home.
It's a work in progress, just like our lives, which is another concept from Wabi Sabi.
So that's the thing too, is that we want to create a puppeteer show.
That'd be fun.
We're going to hit that journey, have fun with that journey, and we're going to see that we're stretching out another muscle, another character in us, another thing that essentially we're pulling out of us to make it physical.
Yeah.
And
what I find really fun
actually
about like characters is I used to be very into like character play and character acting, but like mental illness happened and I became very dissociative. And so I think for a while now, probably the last 5, maybe 6 years, I've been very afraid to play in those dimensions.
Yeah, and well, you have the freedom to do it now.
I do. And I'm starting to feel a lot safer in it because I know that I can still remain present in it and it can still be me and I can still be the authentic version of myself, even though I'm sometimes playing characters.
And the domino effect trickles down into the current moment that we are in right now. You know, that path is there, and that's where our coping mechanism comes into play. Writing down, meditation, yoga, stretching, going in the sun, changing up movement, you know, doing all those different types of things. That's where it all comes from. It comes from, that's where the winning side of life comes from. The balance, the negative energy that comes into your life, but you're able to move along, sir.
So this week I started a biometrics
oh, you did it. You
small
talked about
group.
It last week.
And one of the things we talked about this week was just physical. So our homework for this week was to food journal and move our bodies for 20 minutes. And this wasn't officially stated in homework, but adequate rest. Everybody's posting their food journals. She didn't check off that mark. No, I did the things.
Okay.
Some of the time.
She changed the data. She manipulated the data. I only slept 2 hours last night.
I food journaled all week, but everybody on there is like vegan this and health food that, and every meal is perfect.
You fucking
there's
vegans.
There's like a few things here and there, but these people are just so much more like, they're further in their journey on that side than I am, and they're all kind of in the same like tier, I guess, if you want to use tiers. I don't even like that, but because I know that's they don't think they're doing better than me, but I'm aware that they are because I didn't post my journal at all.
Oh Lord. See, but the first
But
step was getting into the program.
But I'm also
That's cool.
aware of the fact that like I have disordered eating patterns. So whenever I take things too extreme or too rigidly, it never goes well.
So have you?
So instead of like eliminating things, I've just been really making a point to make sure I'm getting the things I need to in my body and not worrying about what else goes in.
Have you thought about?
So like I had like 2 bites of cake on Monday.
All right, it's only 2 bites.
Yeah, but still.
In your eyes, you don't want that. So
But like we're measuring things like glycemic index and glycemic impact and how much inflammation it creates in your body. And because I like my meat suit has been damaged for years and years and years in a
she
row.
called herself a meat suit.
Or my meat mech, actually. I like that better. Tommy came up with that.
Meat mech.
Meat mech.
Meek mech.
Yeah.
Meek mill. Just listening to him on the way here. I wasn't. I lied. I saw a tweet by him earlier.
But
Meek mech.
I am prone to a lot more inflammation a lot easier because my system is just not optimal.
Wait, there's another idea. Fucking merch, dude. The meat mech.
The meat mech.
The meat mech kit.
Yes.
What's up? And like, it's like different styles of like clothing. I love these ideas. I need to just write down all my ideas and pay somebody on Fiverr for $30 to just like pursue one of them. Pick one. Which one do I pursue? Do that for me.
But I was like, it's okay that I'm not, it's okay. Like, it's fine because I've been feeling really good anyway.
Have you thought about like saying to the group, like being open with them? I have whatever
I
you just
definitely
said to
will.
me,
I definitely will on our video call, but this is on
like a forum type thing.
yeah, I forget what Telegram. And I'm not, me. I'm not going to text in there. I'm just not going to.
I ain't got time for that. I'm here, but I ain't got time for that.
And so, like, but I've been moving every day. I've been going for walks in the morning, getting sunlight in the morning, and I have been going to bed early on the nights that I'm going to bed early. But low-key, almost every other night, I've been up just hanging out with friends. And
you're probably not the only one, to be honest, that is in this space. Like, you're still young. You can do what the fuck you want, but you need to do the right things at times, and your wabi-sabi kicks in, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, your wabi-sabi's like, yo, I got you, bro.
Mm.
And so, like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're in that form, in that way of you taking in knowledge, you're ahead of me by 100%. So you're doing better than me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it can be worse. It can be whatever. I love this. I love life. Like, I really do. I feel like I do.
Mm.
And I know I have to, we get so caught up in the moments. And I just need to continue to connect with my wabi, dude. Connect with my wabi. Connect with my wabi, bro. Yeah, bro. All right, we got to end it. Let's wrap this thing up. Love you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by on Spotlight. You had another good one. We were kind of all over the place. We were supposed to pick up on Wabi Sabi, but we didn't. So here we are.
I mean, we tied it in.
We did. And I think, I have another thought I wanted to get out. The thing is with the podcast is that every podcast we sit down, we're growing an idea.
Mm.
So we're growing a story. So we may have told the same thing in the past 20 uploads, but just in like a different story form, where we're kind of crafting the story to make it right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what this is so fun about.
One of the things that like I have heard repeatedly from like people that I am learning from is that it's all the same information. You can go look this up on the internet for yourself. You can do the research, but it's not until you start sharing it and talking about it and recognizing how you interpret it that you're really learning it and learning to embody it. And when you connect with other people and you learn it through their language because you can relate to them, you're learning it better.
Can I tell you something that you've gotten? You're talking about how like you're changing through this process. One thing you've gotten good at is not allowing me to interrupt you. Like that's power. Good job. Like for real, for real. I like because I know I do that. I interrupt because I have all these great passing thoughts and they go away, and I want them to come back. But they'll come back at the right time. But I don't have patience for it sometimes. So it's good. It's my little girl's growing up. She's growing up. We're learning so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Spotlight. Be sure to give us a like. Be sure to subscribe too. Share with your family and friends. Thanks for listening to some Spotlight. See you on the next one.